Let's take a look at my original Xbox collection. It's another system I never had when I was younger, and the reason being is at the time I was playing PC games, and that's kind of where I did all my gaming. And really wasn't into getting another console, and I think at the time I figured the price of the console and the price of the games were just way overpriced. So I held back on it and just didn't want to get into it. And later on in life, when I uh, decided I wanted to pick one up, there's actually a couple games I did want to play on the system back when it was originally released, and I'll get into that a little bit later on. But uh, probably about 4 years ago, I picked up my first Xbox, and it was just to get a couple games and all that, and then it ballooned into me owning 95 games. So I will say that these most of these Xbox games were picked up at GameStop back when they were blowing out original Xbox games, and even still, I was getting them for like probably under $4 a piece, and a lot of these titles, I mean, don't even have a lot of value to them even now. So it's a relatively cheap system to collect for at the time being. Who knows? Maybe at one point price will go up and they'll actually be worth something. But as for now, not too much. But anyways, let's get into it. First game here is 007 Agent Under Fire, and then 007 Everything or Nothing, 007 From Russia with Love, 007 Nightfire, Advent Rising, and yes, I'm still working on that $1,000,000, so wish me luck. Amped and Amp 2. Actually played through both of these and quite enjoyed both of them. They're obviously snowboard games, and I'm not even a snowboarder myself, but I had a lot of fun with them. Armed and Dangerous. Next is Black, and I had a lot of people tell me this game is really, really good and you have to play it, and eventually I picked up a copy, and when I got around to playing it, I think everyone telling me it's such a great game and you should play it and blah 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 kind of brought my expectations a little bit too high, because I didn't really enjoy it too much. I know a lot of people do like this game. Normally I would. This is obviously a first-person shooter, and you kill a lot of things, and that would be kind of my deal. But for some reason, it just didn't do anything for me. Next is Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2, Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, and Brothers in Arms Earned in Blood. And at the time I was playing both these games on the PC, and I absolutely love them. There's actually a third one in the series, and I think there's going to be a new one coming out pretty soon. But the storyline changes in the new one, and it's following new characters and all that. So, anyways, love this game so much I actually bought on every single system it came out on. Next is Brute Force, Burnout 3 Takedown, Call of Cthulhu, I believe it's called. Probably butchering that one. Capcom vs. SNK 2 EO. Really good fighter. I'm not really good at these ones, but I do enjoy them. Commandos 2 and Commandos Strike Force, and this is actually one of my favorite series back on the PC. Commandos, awesome game. So console versions don't really hold up to the PC versions, so if you're gonna try this out, pick up the PC version because they're a lot better. But I'm a big fan of the series and want to get it on again every system that it came out on. Conflict Desert Storm, Conflict Desert Storm 2 Back to Baghdad, Conflict Global Terror, and Conflict Vietnam. Again, I played these originally on the PC, and the reason I picked it up was it reminds me of another game that I really love, and it's the other game is actually Hidden and Dangerous. But basically the premise behind these games is you take a squad of 4 guys, and each guy has a different ability, and you can swap between all 4. And this one I believe is in third-person view, and you just go through do different missions, and I don't know, I really like them. So Anyways, next up is Conker's Live and Reloaded, and it's probably one of the harder ones to find. I just picked this up actually pretty recently, within the last year and a half, and got it from a guy in Windsor, Ontario, and I got a big bundle off the guy. He gave me a great price, and sold off most of what I bought off him, and this and my purple Xbox were all free. Next is Crimson Skies, Deus Ex Invisible War, Doom 3, and this is actually the limited collector's edition. And the steelbook is in really, really good shape. It's really hard to find these in good shape. For some reason, they're all dented now, or rusted whenever you find them at a pawn shop or a thrift store. So hunting one of these down in good shape is the hard part. It's not really that hard to find though. Next up is Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, and this is a little bit more uncommon, I guess, original Xbox game, and ended up actually buying this on eBay just because I couldn't find it anywhere, and paid a little bit for this one. I'll say that. I don't remember what it exactly was. Next is Dreamfall: The Longest Journey, Fable: The Lost Chapters, Far Cry Instincts Evolution, Far Cry Instincts, First to Fight, Forza Motorsport, Full Spectrum Warrior, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, and finally, in the first lot anyways, GoldenEye Rogue Agent. So that's the first lot. Let me load it up again and we'll continue on. Continuing on, I have Gun Valkyrie, and this is actually an eBay purchase for me, mainly because I thought it'd be really difficult to find this at a thrift store, and even a pawn shop. This game's not very common, so it's not very expensive, but again, it's not very common, and I just figured, I'd go on eBay and pick it up. Next is Halo, and this is the one of the 3 games I wanted to play on the original Xbox. But I did wait for it to hit the PC about a year later, and when it did, I picked it up on the PC and played through it many, many times. Absolutely love this game for obvious reasons. Next is Halo 2, and this is the limited collector's edition. Again, this case is in perfect shape, no dents and no rusting or anything like that. Indigo Prophecy. Next is Jade Empire limited edition, and I picked this up at GameStop actually when they were blowing away all their Xbox games, and I got this for $1. So a lot of these games actually were purchased at GameStop when they were clearing out their Xbox games. Next is Killswitch, Legacy of Kain Defiance, Madden 2005, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and again, I love the Marvel vs. Capcom games, but I'm just terrible at them. Next is MechAssault and MechAssault 2 Lone Wolf, and this one's the limited edition. And this is these are the other 2 games that I really wanted to pick up for the Xbox, and it's the main reason I did pick up an Xbox, because this wasn't available on the PC. I'm a big fan of Mech Warrior and Mech Commander, and wanted to try these ones out. These are more of a third-person kind of shooter, but definitely a lot of fun and a welcome addition to the I guess, mech series. Next is Men of Valor, and this game here is very similar to Medal of Honor, except it's set in Vietnam. The only other thing that's, I guess, a little bit different than Medal of Honor is this game is hard as hell, and I played through it on easy, and even on easy I was getting my ass handed to me left, right, and center. So if you want to brave a very hard game, pick this one up. Next is Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence, Metal Slug 3, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, NCAA Football 2005, and this one again has Top Spin in it, so it's a double disc set. Need for Speed Underground and Need for Speed Underground 2. Ninja Gaiden Black, and I'm actually playing through the Vita port of this, and it lives up to the reputation of being a hard as hell game. I have made it through to the end boss, but I've yet to beat the final boss on it, so it's a lot of fun, but very, very challenging. Otogi Myth of Demons, again, kind of an uncommon game. Another double pack here, this is Outlaw Golf and Seablade. Then there's Outlaw Volleyball Red Hot, and this is kind of an uncommon game. It doesn't really go for too much, but a little uncommon. Outrun 2. Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Panzer Dragoon Orta, and I did pick this up on eBay, and literally 3 days later I found it at a thrift store. So I guess it goes to show you, you know, if you're patient, you know, you'll find it, but sometimes I can't be patient and I just want it in my collection now. Project Gotham Racing, and there's Project Gotham Racing 2, Project Snowblind, PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy, and this is another excellent shooter on the system. I think it's on the PS2 as well. Rayman 3, Red Dead Revolver, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Scarface, The World Is Yours, and this game is actually worth a little bit of money. I say that every single time I pick it up. If you find these, I mean, they're pretty common. You can get an easy 20 bucks for it. Second Sight. This was actually in my last pickup video, well, 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to talk about it for some reason. I've kind of been wanting this game for a while. I've kind of been eyeballing it, and it kind of looks interesting. Finally found it at a good price, and ended up picking it up. It's by the same guys who made the Time Splitters, so I really hope it's good. Another double pack here. This is Sega GT 2002, and comes with Jet Set Radio Future on the other side. And then there is Shattered Union, and this is another game where I was looking at it for so long, and every time I saw it, I was like, should I pick this up, should I not? And eventually I just caved in and bought it. So let me load it up again, and I'll start over. Alright, wrapping it up, I have Shenmue 2, Silent Scope Complete, SNK vs. Capcom, and for whatever reason I don't find this one to be as good as the Capcom vs. SNK game. Soul Calibur 2, and I have this on every system mainly because each system has its own character, and this one here has Spawn, and I also have the controller, that special Soul Calibur 2 controller that has all the different ports so you can play it on whatever system you have. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Star Wars The Clone Wars, and this is another double pack which comes with Tetris Worlds. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Steel Battalion Line of Contact, and this game's pretty much useless now because it's an online only game. I do have the controller, I don't have the pedals for it, so really what can you do with it now? Taito Legends, Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, The Godfather the Game, The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and this is the Game of the Year edition, Thief Deadly Shadows, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, and there's Ghost Recon Island Thunder, Ghost Recon 2, Ghost Recon 2 Summit Strike, and then there's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow, Rainbow Six Critical Hour, and Rainbow Six Lockdown. There's a lot of Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six games released on the Xbox. Splinter Cell Double Agent. This is actually different than the one that was released on the PS3 and Xbox 360. So go ahead and check this one out because it's a different story altogether. Well, story is the same, it's just levels are different. Next up is Vex and 13. And finally, I haven't put this in the collection yet, but it's Midway Arcade Treasures 1. And this has a variety of different arcade games on here. I think there's over 20 on there, and most of them are pretty good. So, anyways, that is the original Xbox collection. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, take care.